Well, I noticed now that the right-wingers, because they've got to work up, they've got to manufacture some outrage. It's this classic thing where they want to hang whatever somebody does on Obama. It's like, you cannot hang on him what some rapper says or what some Hollywood star says. Hollywood stars are going to say silly things on, Entertainment Tonight.
Well, that's how they do it, is they're going to try to hang everything on him. I mean, I think that's the only thing they're banking on, is that things won't get that much better and they can blame him for everything, even some of what Bush did ultimately.
They're all already waiting with bated breath for the Oscars, because they all want to be able to say, well, after years of sneering at George Bush and awarding anti-Bush films, now it's an Obama love fest. And they're going to go skipping over Clint Eastwood was another slap at blah blah. And also they've tried to tell themselves that Dark Knight is a conservative movie.
Oh, really? They're spinning that?
Yeah, it's sort of like he's sort of like Jack Bauer, with a cape and so the fact that Dark Knight didn't get as many nominations,
and that's somehow indicative of
Hollywood and its liberal, measly liberalism.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see what they're holding on to, because there's not much of what they believe in that.
And the other thing is, there's a great split now, because you got these sort of Washington establishment conservatives who are kind of leaning over towards Obama,
right? And
also they've now decided that they like Hillary. I mean, I was surprised. Even Charles Krauthammer was saying somewhat nice things about.
Well, I think that they don't. It's not even that they don't have a choice, but there's not a lot of options now. It's not so much that the economy has leveled the playing field, but it's certainly put a crimp on everybody's way of life, and there's no way to deny the trouble.
But the radio guys, see, they don't care, because their constituency are
they're
listeners.
Yeah.
So, but you're going to see that split. They're like, I'm seeing it now. They're like, they all have turned on David Brooks.
Yeah.
Well, David Brooks now that he's writing for the Times, he's clearly a bit.
Well, they want to keep their jobs and they want to hedge their bets.
Well, also, if you're in Washington, you do not want to be frozen out entirely.
That's right.
It's like
Rush Lieberman.
Yeah. Well, that was great. They said the person who was booed the most was not George Bush. But I thought, man, if I'd been there, I'd been one of them.